Welcome in, everybody, to another episode of That Movie Show. Mike Wendt, Liam Stryker. Liam, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. I'm all out of Top Gun puns, though.
You're all out of fucks is what we're all out of. Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah. I've been out of those for a month. We sold out of those somewhere at the end of June.
Right. And but today... That's an interesting way to start this one. Today, we are doing our first, what I would call, official Disney classic.
Yeah. I don't think we've done any of the other ones.
No, we've done stuff like WALL-E. We've done a bunch of Pixar shit, but
yeah,
we talked about the wife in The Incredibles having a great ass, but no, we haven't really fucked with the classics in Disney. But we're about. Here we go. Strap in. We are doing The Lion King. It was released June 15th, 1994. Had a budget of $45 million. It came just under $1 billion. $968,000.5 million at the box office in the mid-90s.
Yeah. So one thing that I have to say, just kind of tying it to the new movie, is I really, really hate woke internet culture. Like
I agree.
This is one of the most annoying things in the world, where the Twitter is talking about like, oh, you know that because the new one has just come out, that's why we're doing this.
Right.
Oh, you know that Lion King is just Simba, Kimba the White Lion, and it's just like, where have you been? We knew this back in 1994. What are you talking about? And it's like, and if anything, they both ripped off Hamlet. You assholes.
Yeah, directly. They weren't even being shy about that. They're like, oh no, this is Hamlet.
It's Hamlet
with lines.
It's like you're not some sort of weird person calling out, progressive person calling out Disney for The Lion King, because as we talked about on the radio show, they didn't change the script.
Nope.
It's literally been the same movie that was released in '94.
The funny thing is, and while I was just looking up all the business side of shit, the story credit, by 12 people. I'm not reading it. There's 12 names under story credit. I'm sorry, this movie is under 90 minutes long, and it took 12 people to write it. That's some Wayans Brothers type shit right there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. And also,
and it's Hamlet. So what the fuck did it take 12 people to do?
Yeah, what did you just all picked a different scene from Hamlet and just put lions in it?
Number 3 on the list, Kevin Harkey. I bet he was like, yeah, you know what? Maybe you should have a couple of friends in the jungle.
Oh,
he didn't even describe Meerkat and Warthog. He just said maybe he should have some friends. Good job, Kevin. Story credit.
Yeah. You know what?
Go back to your weed.
What if Scar's ambiguously gay?
And British?
British. He's from that same part of Evalia that Jafar is, where it's like, yeah, well, because they have to be from somewhere, but they're from Evalia, that evil Disney country that they don't talk about.
The British settlement of Africa.
Yeah, well, it's Evalia because it's the same place that the bad guy from Frozen is from. It's just like you're not really from Arendelle or wherever. You're from Evalia, where it's all the evil people, and Maleficent is there with Ursula for some reason. Show where we are off the rails.
Yeah, we're completely off the rails. This is what happens when we rush through a radio show.
I know. Oh, but I squeezed in, I think, every single reference to Maverick, the Top Gun 2.
Look, I'm looking forward to that movie coming out more because we're gonna cover Top Gun.
Oh God.
And if you thought Liam was off the rails when it comes to Keanu Reeves, you ain't seen shit.
I love Top Gun. It is actually one of my favorite movies.
Let me finish so we can get into this fucking thing. Directed by Roger Ailes, Rob Minkoff. It doesn't really fucking matter. The two directors there. It's starring Matthew Broderick. It's starring the brilliance of Elton John. Matthew Broderick, James Earl Jones, Jeremy Irons, Moira Kelly, Nathan Lang, Robert Guillaume, Rowan Atkinson, Madge Sinclair, Whoopi Goldberg, Cheech Marin. Oh, I loved hearing Cheech's voice when I watched this back again, and Jim Cummings. Music by Hans Zimmer.
You watch this movie and the voices and everything are just so iconic. It's fantastic to watch. I absolutely loved it. It brought back the magic of JTT.
Yep, Jonathan. Yeah, I didn't even mention him. Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Absolutely.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas. So let's just jump into the movie.
The best. I still think one of the best sneaky castings. And I'm sure she's a great actress and all that stuff. But okay, they cast James Earl Jones as Mufasa.
Right.
The mother.
Yes.
Is the same actress that played the Queen in Coming to America.
Yeah. That's definitely on purpose.
Because she said all of 3 words in this fucking movie.
Yes.
And I'm almost positive, I'm about to Google it, but I'm almost positive that they brought her back for this new one. It's her too.
Yeah, it's the two. It's both of them. James Earl Jones and her reprise Mufasa and Sarabi.
That is outstanding.
Actually,
you're wrong. No.
Oh, no? I thought that they did.
Nope, Alfrea Woodard.
Oh.
That's a damn shame.
That is a damn shame.
No, let me see. Let me get her name real fast. Yeah, Madge Sinclair was Sarabi in the original, and yeah, she played the Queen. Queen as what the fuck John Amos said in the movie. Hey, hold it on. Hey, I like that. In Coming from America.
What a fun movie in its own right that we'll definitely have to cover at some point.
We should have done that in replace of this time.
Yeah, we probably should have. But it's a tale of two movies.
Oh, she died in 95. That's why.
Oh, that's why she didn't do it.
Yeah.
So in this movie, it does feel like a tale of two movies because the first half of this is so lighthearted and fun. Jonathan Taylor Thomas crushes this as young Simba. The naivete and the emotion that he brings to this animated character is really powerful. Fun fact, and it's going to make you feel terrible. This was the first movie I ever saw in the movie theaters.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
This same exact year, 1994, I saw Pulp Fiction 9.5 times in the theater.
Yeah.
That was the level I was at.
Yeah, well, my parents wouldn't let me do that for another 10 years or so.
And me and my brother brought my mother to see Natural Born Killers, and she walked the fuck out after that opening diner scene.
Oh,
she was
I bet.
I'm going to go into the mall and catch you guys in 2 hours.
Yeah, goodbye. But yeah.
Just let me finish. We will cover Natural Born Killers someday, and I will tell the full story. But the reason we convinced my mother to go see Natural Born Killers was twofold. One, it starred Woody from Cheers, and she loved Cheers.
Fair enough.
And two, the review in the Globe was a simple blurb that said, viciously hilarious.
That's so funny.
That's so misleading.
That is so misleading.
Because if you remember, the poster art for Natural Born Killers was just a bald Woody Harrelson with glasses.
Yeah, it's very ambiguous.
Yeah. But we're not covering that this time around. We're doing Lion King.
Yeah.
With equally as many murders.
Equally as many murders. Yeah. But it was great. You watch Jonathan Taylor Thomas. The music in the beginning of this movie is great. From the opening sequence, is fantastic. And then I Just Can't Wait to Be King is one of the more iconic Disney songs. Obviously not actually sung by Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Right.
But then we get Jeremy Irons crushing it with Be Prepared and all of the Nazi allusions.
So much Nazi shit in this movie.
Yeah, they really leaned into the fact that the hyenas were just Nazis.
He was straight up doing Hitler.
Yeah, he was. It was crazy. It was nuts. It was nuts to watch. But, Jeremy Irons crushes it. And he was definitely missed in the remake. I think he is as iconic to Scar as any Disney character voice actor has been to their character.
Now here's a question: did Scar get his name because of the scar over his eye, or did he get the scar after he was named?
I'm going to say,
is Scar his Christian name?
I would say that it's his real Christian name has to be something else.
Or is he Tony Montana and he's just called Scarface?
I would have to say just called Scarface
because they gave him literally the same scar over his eye.
Yeah, it's really on the nose here, people. And unless he was born that way, which was weird.
I guess we can't scar shame him here.
It's not actually a scar. It's just weird discoloration. Yeah, it wouldn't be very woke of us.
Scar shame.
Yeah, we scar shame him. But yeah, and then obviously the death scene of Mufasa is very. Ooh, say it again.
God, I fucking okay. So the hyenas in this, I got a couple things. First of all, they're my favorite part of it.
Yeah.
And it's weird because originally it was supposed to be Cheech and Chong.
Yes.
And Tommy Chong was not available for probably legal reasons. And Whoopi Goldberg stepped in. And I'm really kind of happy. As much of a Cheech and Chong fan as I am, she was awesome in this.
Well, she crushes it in this. She definitely brings a seriousness to the trio that needed to be there.
And Ed.
Yes.
Ed, just awesome. The hyenas were awesome. But okay, so my question about the hyenas, throughout the movie, when they're hurt, they make the yelp, and when they're attacking, they bark. They sound like dogs. And I've never met a hyena. I've never interacted with a hyena. Are they a dog?
I think so. I think they're like
just not do enough research, and they said, fuck it, make them bark.
Yeah, I think they're dogs. I think that they are. Like they're in that
family.
Yeah, they're that same class of dog that like a dingo would be.
Okay.
Like a wild dog of some kind. Right. Not necessarily like wolf status, but kind of that like in between.
Wolf.
Yeah, a coyote. A coyote, I think, would be another. Okay. Like that type of family.
Another fun fact: Jim Cummings, who was doing the voice of Ed, the hyena, had to fill in for the final verse of Be Prepared because Jeremy Irons blew his voice out with the verse, "You won't get a sniff without me." He couldn't record the rest of the song.
That's so funny.
So Jim Cummings had to step in. A bunch of hidden Mickeys throughout this one.
Yes, of course.
Obviously. But yeah, the hyenas, my absolute favorite part of this movie, and they Cheech and Whoopi Goldberg, why didn't they go on tour? That's all I wanted.
Right. They should have.
That's all I wanted.
Especially when Tommy Chong was in prison.
Right. Cheech was Banzai, and Whoopi was Shenzi.
Yes. Who gets a very more prominent role in Ed. Yeah. Who gets a much more prominent role in the remake. I did like what they did with the Shenzi character in the remake, where she was like this pack leader. And so it felt more like she was making an alliance with Scar, as opposed to like she always worked for him, that she kind of seems like in this animated movie.
Well, that would be them also dipping a bit into realism, because doing a little bit of research, I did find that in like the hyena culture or whatever, the females are the leaders of those cultures, which was why when they brought Whoopi in, she was kind of given she's the boss and kind of Cheech was the lieutenant,
right?
And then they just with the remake, they just kind of they had to cut the Hitler shit, so might as well give her a little bit more.
Yeah, right. Right. So yeah, they make the they make the plan to murder Mufasa.
Be prepared.
They make they're gonna kill Mufasa. They're gonna kill Simba as well. They're gonna murder both of them, and that's how Scar's gonna take the throne. The stampede scene is just as emotional. It's so well done. The tension, the music, the score.
The whole wildebeest, that whole stampede thing, it took Disney 3 years to animate that.
Yeah.
And they had to literally create a new computer program just for that.
Yeah.
So it would allow hundreds of computer generated animals to run without colliding into each other. 3 fucking years to animate that.
Yeah.
That's like 5 seconds of fucking film.
Yeah, it just shows you how innovative that company is, where it's just like, look, we want to do this. This is hard. Let's just figure out a way to make this easier going forward.
Right.
Imagine
the initial animator that was just sitting there like, I just got this job. I just got approved for insurance. I don't want to screw this up, but man, there's no way to do this.
Yeah, right.
The technology doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. I have to create it. I didn't realize I needed to be an animator and a graduate of MIT. It was great, but yeah, it's emotional. The death scene of Mufasa, like, it still scars me. It's it was very, very sad as a child.
Oh yeah, well, it was that, and that was the whole point. Because. And I talked about it briefly. Scott and I talked about it on the Wikibytes radio show where he was talking about how violent the movie was. I'm like, it's a Disney movie. I mean, we go back to Bambi where his mom was shot in the first scene.
Yeah, right.
Like, Disney movies need that big punch to grab at your heartstrings.
Yeah, and so it sets the tone for the second half of the movie where Simba takes off. He ends up getting exiled again. It's Hamlet, so
yeah.
It is what it is. But he ends up, getting
the deal, face the wheel.
Yeah,
Thunderdome.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, that's a great movie. So we're introduced, once he gets exiled, we're introduced to probably the two most iconic characters from this franchise in Timon and Pumbaa.
Yeah.
I absolutely love Nathan Lane. Like I talked about Jeremy Irons, tenfold to Nathan Lang as Timon. He is probably one of the most synonymous characters. He's up there with Robin Williams as the genie. It's
iconic
Nathan
Disney character.
Yeah, and that was probably my biggest thing. I didn't think that Billy Eichner did a bad job, but I missed the real Timon.
Right. And they had Ernie Sabella as Pumbaa, who Ernie Sabella, long time character actor. I mean, he's got a list of over 100 credits. Still working to this day. But yeah, he's one of those character actors that if you see his face, if you look at his credits, you'll know who he is.
Yeah, right.
That's the best way I can describe him.
Yeah, he's that guy.
He is a quintessential that guy.
Yeah.
And a lot of voice work as well.
Yeah, they obviously sing the most iconic song from the movie in this sequence, Hakuna Matata.
Mm-hmm.
And this was one thing that really kind of frustrated me in the remake, was that they
down a little bit.
Too
much headroom.
There you go.
Thank you.
They fucked with Hakuna Matata too much in the reboot, and it just sounded wrong.
Yeah, it's just I don't know about the reboot, man. It's why.
Yeah.
If you're gonna literally just copy and paste, why?
Right.
Why? And how can there be writers given credit for that movie is another question.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Because any difference is in the Timon and Pumbaa stuff, and that feels riffed anyway.
Yeah, I mean, okay, I'm gonna pull up this 2019. Okay, so you know how I talked about 12 people's credits on the 1994 one?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. There's only 5. And one of them, Jeff Nathanson, I'm looking at you, pal. You're the one with the only screenplay credit. This motherfucker took credit for a screenplay that he copied and pasted.
Shh. Don't tell him that.
C, Control V. I'm a motherfucking screenwriter, bitch.
Yeah, right. Well, you even went too far. He just opened up the PDF and then he deleted the other person's name and then typed his own.
That's worse. Let me see what this genius's writing credits look like. He's got 14 of them. So he did the screenplay for the last Pirates movie, Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Okay.
Tower Heist, which I believe
was Ben Stiller.
Yep, Ben Stiller, Eddie Murphy, directed by Brett Ratner. Okay. So he's a friend of Brett Ratner's. He's done a lot of Brett Ratner stuff.
Okay.
Rush Hours.
Yep.
Well, 2 and 3 anyway.
Oh, okay.
he didn't do the first one, but Brett called his buddy and, hey, come on.
Yeah, let's do this.
We've already established the story. Just kind of, smudge the lines a little bit. Ooh, here's a gem. 1997 classic. Written by Jeff Nathanson. Speed 2 Cruise Control.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess all good things have to come to an end, I guess.
Yep.
But it's bad because Keanu Reeves wasn't in it.
You hack.
That movie would have been better if Keanu Reeves was in it.
Jeff Nathanson is a hack.
Sure.
There you go. I said it.
Wow, you are all alone out there on your branch.
And Brenda Chapman is the lone story credit on the remake, even though I already said 12 people and not her have a story credit for the original one. And this movie was copy and pasted.
That's so funny.
How do you do that? How do you do that?
I don't know.
She's not even one of them. It's not like it's not even like, they sat around the table and everyone drank the poison except for her and she got story credit. It's like she's not one of them.
Oh, I know. Weird.
Who are you?
Who are you people?
All right, Brenda Chapman, you're going through my ringer now. Let's see.
Uh-oh.
Let's see. Writer, 7 credits. The Brave video game. We're off to a great start.
Yikes.
Oh, so she's kind of one of those that just kind of takes fucking credit. All right, because Fantasia 2000 original concept segment. So she wrote like 5 minutes of an old
Fantasia
movie.
2000.
Yeah, and then she's got Beauty and the Beast story by. Again, wasn't that like an old tale as old as time?
Yeah, it was a tale as old as time.
Yeah,
a song as old as its rhyme.
Yeah, so she's a hanger-on.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm not gonna say what I want to say because it's 2019. But all right.
Yeah, I don't need this show to go under too.
Anyway, I'm not gonna talk about Jon Favreau directing because, well,
I love Jon Favreau, and
the visual stuff was the only positive of the remake.
Yeah, right.
We're not covering that movie. We're doing 1994.
Yeah, and so it was great. I do think that the Matthew Broderick stuff is not great. I don't think Matthew Broderick crushed it.
Right.
I liked the Childish Gambino. I thought Donald Glover did a great job as Simba.
Not
Ferris Bueller.
Don't call him Childish Gambino. That's weird.
What? You don't want to call him the Childish Gambino?
Fucking weird.
Why?
I know, it's just weird.
I know far too much of his songs, and I'm not going to sing it because, again, it's 2019, and I'd get in trouble.
I love how Rowan Atkinson, who in 1994 was pretty much only known to America as Mr. Bean, who was not a speaking character,
right,
was one of the most talkative characters in this movie, and he crushed it as
he
Zazu.
Did. Yeah, Zazu. Both Zazus were great. John Oliver was fantastic. The only thing in the remake that I really hope is true is that Zazu keeps referencing a cousin of his that thought he was a woodpecker and kept bashing his head against stuff. And I hope that he's referring to Hey Hey from Moana. Because that would be the funniest connection that they're cousins.
The new Disney universe.
Yeah, all the birds are related.
There you go, Disney Plus. You can send your check to Liam Stryker.
Yeah, thank you, buddy.
For your new series, your new adventure series, Zazu and Hey Hey.
Zazu and Hey Hey.
It's going to be a complimentary
I love
series.
that chicken. It's so stupid. He swallows a rock twice.
We put Falcon and Winter Soldier on the shelf for a second. We got to do Zazu and Hey Hey.
Yes.
This podcast. Most of it was shit, but they had a really good idea.
Yeah. Most of it was garbage. They kept tearing into our story credited by. Don't worry, we'll give them credits. We'll give them credits as story by for this, and it'll be fine.
We'll give them 13 story credits, and they'll be number 13 and 12.
Yeah, it'll be fine. No big deal.
Story supervisor. I got the title. I said, hey, hey.
Yeah, right. What if Hey Hey and Zazu were cousins? And what if they went to Agrabah and met the parrot?
The Gilbert Godfrey parrot.
The Gilbert Godfrey parrot.
What's his name?
Iago.
Iago, yeah.
Yeah, they go and they meet Iago. And then somehow they stumble upon those really racist crows from Dumbo. It's going to be a wild ride, but Mr. Toad won't be there.
And the whole thing is narrated by the Enchanted Tiki Room Birds. Perfect.
Yeah, right.
We got a show. Green light, bitch.
Look, if Walt Disney was alive, they'd all be animatronic, and he'd love it.
He would love it. You just sit in the back pushing buttons. This is wonderful.
This is wonderful.
Up. That one's jaw fell off an hour ago. Fuck him.
I don't have to train real birds or actors.
Count the money.
Yeah.
But we do love Disney.
Oh, I absolutely do.
Speaking of out of left field voices, fucking Robert Guillaume Benson as Rafiki.
Yeah.
Holy shit. Like, I watched this back and I knew it was him going into it, but I'm just watching him like, there's no way. Because he was like old when this happened. I'm like, he has so much energy in this role. And that role is off the fucking rails.
Yeah. Like, yeah. He was great. Rafiki is really fun. He's he kind of gets lost a little bit in the annals of Disney lore, but he's really great.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, he starts the show and he finds Simba, and he's kind of the whole catalyst for this fucking thing. Like, he's the one that knows that Simba's alive because, he got high and put some red paint over the drawing.
Yeah, he did.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
There was a lot of smoke in that room, and he cracked an egg, and he was like, "Oh, he's alive!" Yeah. He starts doing some jig dance. I don't know.
Husk banana, squash banana. Yes. That's a good one. One of my favorite things, because after that we get the talking to the clouds bit, where Simba talks to his deceased father.
Again, provided by Rafiki. What the fuck?
Yeah,
I slipped a little something into his something.
So much drugs. It's really good. It's a really good sequence. It's great. It's the to be or not to be, sequence from that play. Where he talks to the ghost of his father, and it's great. He decides that he's going to go take on his uncle and reclaim what's his. They get to Pride Rock. It's decimated. My most disappointed moment from the remake, which I understand why, but I'm still very disappointed. Everybody shows up. Timon and Pumbaa show up, and they're going to support Simba in his takeover. And they're like, all right, how are we going to get past these hyenas? In the animated movie, my favorite part of this movie is when Timon goes, what do you want me to do? Dress and drag and do the hula? Okay. And
that was an ad lib by Nathan Lane.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Because
it was first of all, it was an ad lib. It wasn't in the script. So they added the sequence for it because they liked it so much. Second of all, come on, man. I don't care how funny it is. There's no way they're saying that in 2009.
Oh, again, I get it. I get in 2019 they're not going to say dress and drag and do the hula. Nope. But one, you could have tweaked the line. The
song itself was hilarious.
Yeah, because the song is what you need. You can get to that song because the song is very funny. And so I really wish they got to it. But what they ended up doing instead, instead what they did in the remake was really funny because they just started singing "Be Our Guest."
Interesting.
And so it's very funny that that's what they end up starting to do. But it's very It was disappointing that.
They kind of had one of those jokes in the original, didn't they? Oh, It's a Small World.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Zazu
when he's in the rib cage.
Yeah, when he's captured by Scar, Scar wants him to entertain him, and he starts singing a song, and he doesn't like that song. He doesn't like that song, so he goes, "No, a happy song." He goes, "It's a small world," and flips the fuck out.
Yeah, right. It's very fun.
Yeah.
It's very fun. We didn't have that type of fun in the remake, but I wish we did.
No.
Like, yeah, I wish we did.
We can't always have fun.
We should.
We have to worry about checking boxes and being woke.
Yeah, I don't like woke culture.
We get back to Pride Rock, and it's all fucked up.
All fucked up.
It's the alternate 1985.
Oh yeah, it is. It is.
is in power. He's got a great casino. He's fucking Marty's mom.
It's
a great time to be alive in Hill Valley. Sorry, wrong movie.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Right. And so they basically
blasting people.
The funniest part is that Simba just shows up, and everybody thinks it's Mufasa for some reason. And it's like, I get what you're doing. Yeah.
He's wafting that smoke off the hill he's on.
Yeah, everybody's so high. They think it's
every morning he wakes up. They think he's airing out his laundry. No, he's fanning the smoke. He's keeping all you lions high so you don't eat the monkey.
Yeah, right. That's it. That's it, man. You don't want to eat the monkey, man.
Man, Rafiki's so smart. I'm gonna let him tell me everything. He can name my kid. Simba sounds great. I'm hungry. I don't want to eat monkey though, because Rafiki's fucking bomb. Go get me a hyena.
Yeah, right.
And of course, the hyena that shows up is Cheech Marin.
Of course. So he is also
full circle.
Full circle. Yeah. So basically, Scar and Simba.
Fucking driving, man. This show could go on forever.
I know. Scar and Simba duke it out.
Yeah, I guess.
It's not. I mean, it's climactic. Paint by numbers fight.
It's kind of it's like the Keanu old man fight at the end of the first John Wick. It's like, really?
Yeah, right.
He's young and been living in the forest. You've been sitting on your ass picking your teeth with wildebeests.
And you were already the weaker lion anyway.
You were already fucked up. You were bitching about your back and your knee before Simba ran off.
Yeah, right. And you're a couple years older.
And a bitch.
We all know what ends up happening to you. You end up getting posed down with Hercules, using you as a hood.
How'd you get that scar, tough guy, eating pussy? Too bad we can't do this show on the radio show.
I know.
That's how you get ratings.
That is how you get ratings. Yeah, and so I lost my train of thought.
So, what do you think about your train of thought? There was actually a scene that was deleted from this original film.
Was Hey in it?
Hey was not. Originally, Scar was going to send Nala as a full-grown lion away from Pride Rock because she ignored his romantic approaches. So he was trying to get into that. And basically, the whole thing was abandoned because the whole sexual harassment thing was going to get the movie a PG-13 rating.
Weird.
Yeah. So they dumped the whole, Prince John Robin Hood rape scene.
Of course.
For a G rating.
Yeah. Okay. Makes sense.
Amazing that one scene was going to jump them from G to PG-13.
Well, it's also weird because Disney has like most of the seats on the MPAA.
I don't know, man.
That's weird.
You can't have your future queen being, downed by Scar.
I guess.
It was a glorious wedding. I bedded her 14 times in the first hour.
Yikes.
She licked the scar.
Oh, I bet she did. The video game for this was hard as shit.
It was a video. You played it?
Yeah, of course I played it.
What was it for?
It was for Sega Genesis.
Outstanding.
It was hard as shit, and they made it super hard because they didn't want you to be able to play it in one sitting. So it's like notoriously one of the most difficult Sega Genesis games.
So funny.
Yeah, so basically it was during the rise of like Blockbuster and stuff and like rental houses, So they didn't want you to be able to beat it in one sitting. So they made it notoriously hard so that you'd go out and buy the game to beat it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That is why.
It also has this weird mechanic that it never tells you how to do, and there's only one way to beat Scar, and it's with this one mechanic. And unless you read the pamphlet, you'd never know how to do it.
When you say mechanic, do you mean like a guy who tunes up your car?
No, I mean like a move in the game. And a guy that tunes up your lion.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm trying to find this here. So is this Simba's Mighty Adventure? Is that the game?
It should just be Disney's The Lion King for Sega Genesis.
Oh, because there was a few. Okay, so yeah, there was that one. Sega Mega Drive.
Yeah. Yeah.
There was also. Okay. So the Simba's Mighty Adventure came later, and then there was another game, a PC game, Timon and Pumbaa's Jungle Game.
Okay. Yeah, I never played any of those.
Yeah,
Disney actually had some pretty good games on the Genesis. They had the Aladdin game, the game for Aladdin, which was great. Both of them. They're very different. There's one for Nintendo and one for Sega, and they're very, very different, but they're very good.
But also a bunch, because this was the era that they were in, Disney released a bunch of direct-to-VHS sequels to this.
Yeah.
Lion King 2, Simba's Pride came out in 98. The Lion King 1.5, swear to God, was released in 2004, which is a prequel showing how Timon and Pumbaa met each other.
Yes.
It's also parallel to the events in Lion King.
There's also a show that's either on Disney Channel or was on Disney Channel, Simba's Pride.
There is Simba's Pride was a sequel. That was Lion King 2.
Yeah, there's
the Lion Guard, I think is what you're
The Lion Guard. That's the show I'm thinking of. And it's basically Simba's daughter, I believe, or son, and like his friends, but like Timon and Pumbaa are in it. It's actually a pretty good show.
And then there's the Lion Guard Return of the Roar, which might be the one that's on now, I think. I don't know.
Maybe.
Lot of they just like the direct-to-video spin-offs.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you're going to keep kind of pumping those out if you're Disney because you can.
And they're cheaper.
Yeah, they're cheaper than having the full big budget releases. You know, I always thought it was a missed opportunity down in Animal Kingdom that the lion enclosure on the safari is not Pride Rock. Like that's all. Like at least that's always been weird to me.
I feel that might be them trying to stick with the whole, let's make it realistic.
Yeah.
Let's not draw comparisons because, goddamn well, some kid's going to say, which one killed Mufasa?
Yeah.
The boy.
The boy.
The boy. Ooh. Simba killed him.
Yikes.
This also was it was the highest selling VHS tape in history.
Yep.
It was the top grossing worldwide film in 94, second top grossing film in the US behind Forrest Gump.
Okay.
And since we're right around that point, they had to, right before it hit theaters, they had to bring the prints back and digitally add more flames to Scar's death because the shadows that were on the wall, because they show the hyenas jumping in, and then they start to pan up, and they lingered a bit longer before the flame overtook the screen, and it literally showed Scar's body being pulled apart.
Oh, brutal!
And you're like, yep, that's a bit too much. But it was a shadow of a body,
right?
You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
They didn't actually show the body. It was a shadow. It was
still gross, man.
Still, we're making kids movies here.
Yeah, right. Still kids movies, man.
So Lion King?
Yeah, that's Lion King.
That is the Lion King from 1994. So our first Disney classic, how'd we do? Did we beat it up enough?
I think we beat it up enough.
We definitely beat the writers up.
Oh yeah.
Fuck all them.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm sorry.
Story credit. William
writers.
Shakespeare.
Exactly. Not so much the original writers, but definitely all these hacks from the fucking 2019 remake.
Yeah, right.
You guys don't deserve shit.
Yeah, because somebody did have to put lion on a page.
Yeah, well, not even. They just probably had an old script.
Just crossed out Hamlet, put Simba.
They didn't even fucking erase it. They just crossed it out and wrote underneath.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
They stink. They stink. Anyway, that was The Lion King. 1994's The Lion King. Coming up next week, this should be an interesting discussion. Django Unchained.
Oh, I love it. It's going to be so good.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is in theaters now by the time you hear this. And we originally were going to do an entire month of Tarantino movies, but our schedule just got all fucked up. Yeah. So we broke it down. Plus, we didn't have Lion King on the schedule, so we had to add that. And we got Django.
Yeah, Django. Oh, what?
Haven't done a Tarantino movie yet, and we're starting with a bang.
We haven't, right? Because I kept thinking we did Kill Bill. I just keep talking about it, don't I?
Yep. Yeah, we were going to cover a lot of ground, but we're just doing Django.
Yeah, he's only got 9 movies, so.
Well, yeah. Well, okay. Technically, we did 4 rooms, so
yeah, but that doesn't count?
9 and a fourth.
Yeah, 9 and a fourth.
And he's got like 10 seconds in Sin City. So
yeah, we'll do the 2 scenes in Sin City. Yeah, we'll do the 2 scenes in Sin City.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so we're gonna do Django. Are you seeing Once Upon a Time in Hollywood this week?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna see it tomorrow evening.
Okay, I'm seeing it on Sunday, so probably maybe a bonus episode. How about
maybe
if we have the time. Yeah. Thank you for joining us on That Movie Show. Mike Wendt, Liam Stryker. You can follow us on social media at Mike Wendt, at Liam NAI, hashtag That Movie Show. If there is a movie you would like us to review, by all means, let us know. And subscribe to That Movie Show on any and all podcasting apps. If you're listening to this, thank you for subscribing. Tell your friends, because we are literally, I found one, Luminary is like the new popular podcasting app. I just found us on there.
Great.
I didn't even know, but we're on it.
Oh, we're doing it. We're really doing it.
Hit the subscribe button with all your might. Follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/thatmovieshowtv. And we'll see you next week with Django.
Bye, everybody.